Well, hello there everyone, my name is LoveSpuds. Welcome back to F1 2011 in career mode, and we're here for Season 2, Round 19, the final race of the season. Now, here's some lies from the newspaper headlines. Because I got my penalty in Abu Dhabi, Barrichello finished ahead of me. So the game thinks he actually beat me to the finish line, which is rather untrue. So, of course, we've won the Drivers' Championship. We're second in the Constructors currently. It's going to be a very, very difficult job to catch Red Bull, if it's not impossible. So, here we go for round 19, Sao Paulo, Brazilian Grand Prix. Let's check the emails for the last time. They're looking for a 5th place in qualifying and a 3rd place in the race. So that shouldn't be too hard. Let's have a look. Practice is clear, qualifying is overcast, and the race is going to be held in light rain. That should be very interesting. Traction control off, as I mentioned before, so this will be the first race in the wet, trying to control it. Should be fun. So here we are, practice session. No more objectives for practice, no more R&D. Everyone's concentrating on next year's car. Well, it would be if this was real life.
First sector time is good. You're dropping off dramatically in the last 2 sectors.
Last 2 sectors having a problem with. Okay, fair dues. But our best so far is a 111.5. We're on lap 21, and we are following one of the McLarens around. We are currently nearly a second better than Webber time, but we are always very quick in that first sector. The second and the third sector is where we lose the time. So I don't know if that's the correct line, but that's definitely not the correct line, because I was trying to avoid going into the back of Hamilton, so I lost a few tenths there. But we're still on for a good lap. Maybe we can use the slipstream of Hamilton to get a good time as we go across the line, if he doesn't brake too early for this corner, which will be alright. 1/10 up on Webber's time, so it looks like we're just about going to do the best time of the session so far. See if we can get a toe on Hamilton here. Whoa, Jesus Christ, why did he slow down?
Fastest in this session so far.
He didn't need to slow down before the line.
Top the session. Let's keep this going.
But hey ho, we're at top of the session with a 110.7. Barrichello's down in 14th.
Well done. First place. Great job.
And you only got the usual at the back. Kartikeyan's actually moving up a bit. He seems to be doing quite well compared to real life. So let's get onto our qualifying lap. As you can see, the clouds are gathering, and it will be only a matter of time before it rains. I can't remember if it rained at the end of the session, but I got a time in
Time in sector 1's good.
either
But
way.
you're losing a lot through sector 2.
So again, we're like on a 111.2, that sort of time range, and we're looking for about, oh no, our best is a 110.9. So Schumacher tries to get in our way, but fails at least. So 3 times up on Vettel's time. It's looking good for a pole position so far. Not so much of a cushion as we had in practice in the first sector, but we're going to be able to take the second and third sectors a bit better, because we haven't got anyone in front of us to distract us or put us off. I don't think it's too bad. A bit of wheel spin there, but it's okay. It's manageable. Coming to the final corner, final couple of corners. So we're still ahead, so it's looking good. Let's just keep that DRS open all the way to the finish line, cut into the pit lane just a little bit to get the quickest line. And there we go, 110.444. And there we go, 1,000th of a second faster than Schumacher. And Barrichello down in 17th there. Brazilians not doing too well, even Massa's down at the end of the top 10. But still, practice first, pole position. Can we make it a hat-trick and win the race? You'll have to see and find out. So we've easily met the objective, finished 5th or above. Congratulations from Schumi there. And a slow-mo fist pump in the air sort of motion. So it's looking all good. Looking good. I think the AI is a bit slower around this circuit than some other circuits, so I do have a bit of an easier time. Actually, I don't really know. I can achieve that time after a bit of practice, so I assume they're a bit easier. I don't like to say I'm extremely good because I suppose I'm a little bit modest, but I get by. There's me sort of like checking my settings, seeing whereabouts my setup is in the grand scheme of things. So it should be good for a wet setup. I can't remember if I purposely went out and looked for one, but either way this is what I'm rolling with as we go out to join the grid. So here we are, last race of the season. It's raining and Spuds is on pole, Webber's in 4th and Barrichello is down there in 17th. So lights come on. 4, 5. Long wait and we're off. Very little wheel spin off the line, so it's a good start. Schumacher's trying to have a look up the inside. I'm going off slightly wide. You must always leave the space, as Alonso says. Oh, bit of a slide. Back end slide. That's me just getting used to the conditions. It is. The first few laps are literally like driving on some sort of mini ice rink. But once the dry line appears, it gets a little easier to control. Plus, you get used to the tyres and the conditions. So, good start by me. We're up in 1st. Haven't messed up just yet. Let's see if we keep it on track. But it's looking good so far. I have to finish 3rd, but I want to win the race, finish the season on a high. I won last year's race in last season's Williams, so there's no reason why I can't do it in the 2nd season Williams. End on a high before we move on to F1 2012. I'm talking of F1 2012. Oh, hang on, Schumacher's trying to come up behind me. Yes, the demo should be out for some people today or tomorrow. For us European PS3 users, it will be the 12th, which is Wednesday. So I'll be doing a quick video with that. But I'm not sure which channel it will appear on because I've got a bit of news for you all. Some of you know, some of you don't. I've become, well, I've got a directorship with a little network called Phazer on their athletics channel, which is their sports channel. It's not just athletics, considering I'm now going to be adding F1 content to their channel. So, if you want to check those guys out, the link is in the description. I'll be doing videos for them about once or twice a week, maybe. And they'll mostly be F1 2012. I'm not sure what I'm going to do exactly yet. I want to keep the career on my own channel, but unfortunately I would do 2 careers, but it would kind of confuse me a little bit, and I'm not entirely sure I would have time to do 2 careers. I mean, considering that would be like 10 seasons of footage. So I'll probably keep the career on this channel. I'll keep the co-op on this channel as long as everything goes well with that. Maybe what I'll do on the Phazer channel is some online racing. I'll probably do the Champions mode on there as well. And if there's anything else I find in the game, it may go on there as well. Because as I say, I need to upload about 1 or 2 videos a week to their network, and hopefully that should get me a bit of more exposure to the YouTube community. And hopefully my channel can grow. And yeah, so that's a bit of good news. Quite pleased to join the team. It's a directorship and it's not a partnership. I'm not suddenly earning loads of money. I have got my thumbnails now, which have been rolling out over the past few weeks. Some people got them before others, and some have got them now, like me and some of the other Atomic Nerd guys, or Alex specifically. So I can now make my videos look a bit more professional when people are searching for them. But yeah, for lap 4 we're still ahead. No major worries, as you can see. Rosberg doing the fastest race. These first few laps are a bit, and they're kind of dodgy. They're just me trying to get used to the conditions. But I will hopefully get the line a bit better and then maybe pull away, hopefully, because I want to get out of Schumacher's DRS zone on the main straight, because that's where he's catching up the most, and I shouldn't really do things like that, like going wide. But still, what can you do? What else has been going on? We had the F1 Grand Prix at Monza, another good race, shaking up the championship because Hamilton won and is now actually second in the championship standings. So you've got Alonso ahead. I don't know how many points, it's 170 something. I don't have the table just yet. See if I can quickly look. Yeah, Alonso now has 179 points. And Hamilton is 37 points behind on 142. Then we've got Kimi Raikkonen 1 point behind that on 141, and then Vettel 1 point behind that on 140. So at the moment the championship is wide open. Webber is up behind 132. Button is stuck down on 101. I think McLaren probably will have got a 1-2 if Jenson Button's car didn't break down and have a fuel pump issue, which is a real shame, because I think this is probably the turning point for Button, where it's going to become pretty much impossible or very unlikely for him to win the World Championship, so that's a shame. It might not be too much longer before McLaren ask him to help Hamilton, but he said he was never going to do it unless it becomes mathematically impossible, so expect him to try and keep fighting till the last. But another brilliant drive from Perez, equaling his finish in Malaysia where he finished second. He finished second here in Monza as well. Sauber getting the strategy perfect, starting on the hard tyre and then finishing off on the options. So that resulted in him closing down the Ferraris and making some excellent passes on them with the DRS. And Alonso finished third, good damage limitation of him. The Ferrari is probably not as quick as he would have liked. He might have been challenging for the win if he qualified maybe a bit higher, but still, he's still in the lead with a comfortable one race cushion. The way he's driving at the moment, he looks likely to be the most likely to win the championship, but as you know, in F1 As Mario Walker says, anything can happen in F1, and it usually does.
This lap. Come into the pits at the end of this lap.
So, looking for a pit stop now. I don't necessarily need to change my tyres, but it kind of makes it more interesting if I do pit like the others. I mean, otherwise I'm just going to be out in front winning too easily. Plus, fresher tyres always help. I mean, there's no harm in it. But still, as you can see, I'm putting a little bit of a gap here, 2.2 seconds. Little train behind Schumacher. No one seems to be moving around too much because the top three have remained the same for a little while now. Yeah, just keeping my concentration, keeping it on the dry line, hopefully. And that's the key to staying ahead and hopefully building a bit of a gap. And this is a pretty clean race from me as well. I'm not sure about Brazil as a track. I mean, it's a good track, it's a good classic track.
Rain is expected to stop in around 10 minutes.
Rain is expected to stop in 10 minutes. Okay, so I'll jump in the pits here. It's a good classic track. Sometimes I don't like driving it, sometimes I do. I suppose it depends what mood I'm in. It's a really good track if you got a good rhythm, especially through that second sector. If you crack that second sector, you can mostly get, mostly be guaranteed of a very good performance. So that wasn't a bad pit stop. I hate this pit exit because I'm using a controller and it's not too easy. But still, we survived. Coming up out behind Barrichello. Now I just need to drive to the end. Just gingerly going around these corners because of my new tyres. They're very cold, so it'll take a little while for them to warm up. So anyway, back to the Monza race. Good start. It was a good start by Felipe Massa, though. Bit of a bit of a spark from how he used to be up the front. It's good to see that, even though he eventually finished down in fourth. What else is going on? Yeah, Alonso finishing in third was very good considering he started 10th on the grid, and so was Perez, because I think Perez started even lower than that. I don't know where he started actually, but it was below Alonso. Cars exiting the pits. I've gained the lead back comfortably, so I don't need to worry too much about that. But yeah, the title race is becoming very interesting. Oh yes, and both Red Bulls didn't finish the race. Mark Webber had a bit of a spin coming out of Ascari, made two massive flat spots on his front tyres, so he decided to call it and come in, call it a day, considering he was quite down the field. And Vettel broke down with an alternator problem, the same one as in Valencia, where he stopped when he was in the lead. So they're going to need to have a look at that closely. They don't want to have another issue like that again, otherwise it's going to be very bad for their constructor title hopes and the Drivers' Championship as well. So that was quite interesting really, because it's the first time the Red Bulls have had a double retirement since Korea 2010, I believe. I think that's what Christian Horner said in the interview. So quite a disappointing day for them. Jean-Eric Verne in a Toro Rosso going for a bit of a trying to take off in his Toro Rosso. His one of his rear suspension things snapped or broke, which caused him to spin out horribly. So that's kind of another bad day for Toro Rosso. Anything with a Red Bull name on it doesn't seem to be doing well this time around. Raikkonen I believe Raikkonen is a bit of a dark horse this season because the attention's on all the other guys, and yet Kimi Raikkonen is calmly and collectively bringing all these points together, and he's actually sitting in third in the World Drivers' title, and he hasn't won a race yet. If he can get that car to win a couple of races, he'd be a real good contender for the title. But he's like hiding in the background. He's gonna try and pounce when the time is right. So, what else we got here? Yeah, one record broken as well in qualifying for Monza. Narain Carter-Kane out-qualified his teammate for the first time. I'm sure the Indians were very happy with that result. But De La Rosa ended up passing him in the race. But it's good that he's making progress, even if he's right at the back of the grid. But yeah, it also makes you wonder if the Saubers had qualified as well as they did in Spa, they may have won the race. I mean, it's just a mind-boggling thought, you know. Sauber's not a name you usually see at the front, even though they've been around for quite a while. But they're having a particularly good season this year, and it's good to see. Ooh, lap 12 of 14. That went quick. But yes, this is the last video of the season. There's only one more video to come up after this, and that's the end of season montage. And blimey, I've forgotten what I was saying. Yeah, last video of the season, which also means F1 2012 is about a week and a half away from being released. Released on the 21st of September for us Europeans. US and Australia get it slightly earlier, as far as I know. But hopefully I can get it a day or two early through pre-ordering with Shop 2. So, because I do need the extra time to get a video together, considering it takes me a while to get one out. But yeah, we'll see where that goes. As I say, I'll do a video on the demo, which may or may not go up on the Phazer Athletics channel. At the moment, I think it will do, because I haven't done a video for them yet, and as I'm putting F1 2012 content on their channel, I think it would be a good idea. Oh, a little bit of a mistake there, but what that actually was my rear tyres locking up. I haven't had that actually happen to me for a long time, so I was quite lucky to just keep control of that there. It's not something you really expect, the rears locking up, but it does happen, and there's your evidence. So just taking it easy now. We got a nice comfortable gap to Vettel, who is about 2 or 3 seconds behind. Yeah, about that, 2.8. The field all very much bunched up. There isn't much movement between the top teams and the midfield teams. Back markers are way back there, just starting in their 13th lap. May even catch up to the back of them by the end of this lap. I agree with some other people who say the back markers are way too slow in this game, and they are. I mean, yes, they're slower than all the other teams, and they don't have curves and all that, but they lose so much time a lap, it's unreal. But hey ho, hopefully they're sped up a little bit in the next game. So just coming around to finish this lap. Just keeping it on the track, not doing anything drastic. I just want to finish the race because I know I'm in the lead. I've got a bit of a cushion, and the AI aren't particularly amazing in the wet. Not that it's that wet now, because the rain has stopped and the dry line is definitely formed.
We're being caught by the guy behind. Push, push.
I wouldn't worry about it, engineer, because I've only got a few hundred meters to go before I win the race. Coming round for the last time in front of the Brazilian crowd, and we have won. So we've done the hat trick. First in practice, first in qualifying, and first in the race. Never really challenged in that race. Quite a boring race by some standards, but at least I had something to talk about, I guess. So Barrichello finishing down in 15th. Yeah, where's your newspaper headline now, Rubens? So Sauber finishing in 6th. Perez, yep, doing well. The Ferraris haven't had very much pace at all this season, because Massa has also finished ahead of Alonso, 85 and 69 respectively. So that's how the Drivers' Championship looks at the end of the year. 367 points to Mark Webber's. Hang on, I think Rosberg finished second there. I need to go back up to the top again as I just flick through everyone's standings, taking a bit more time because it is the last race of the season, so you can see where everyone has finished. And there we are. We didn't do enough to get back into first place with the constructors. I think the penalty in Abu Dhabi was just a bit too much of a blow to come back. So Red Bull have taken the constructors, but we have taken the drivers. So there we go. Ferrari finishing down in 5th, Mercedes 3rd, McLaren 4th. There's the last sequence of celebration for F1 2012 on this channel. 2 seasons. Excuse me. Yes, 2 seasons complete. Shame I didn't get into my 3rd season, but I should have managed my time a bit better, and maybe should have started earlier as well, because I started recording this in January, these series, and the game came out in September, so I was a bit behind. A perfect weekend, wouldn't you say? Yep, can't fault a thing. A perfect weekend indeed. Indeed it was.
Winning in Formula 1 is never an easy thing, so to chalk up yet another victory today really puts you in the shop window come the end of the season. Are you expecting a lot of interest from the bigger teams for next year?
Yeah, sure. I'm putting myself out there in the shop window, as you call it.
With the points difference as it is, it's mathematically impossible now for Mark to overtake you in the championship.
It's been mathematically impossible for a long time, you plum. But yeah, sure. He's a great driver, it's a great result, of course. Dumbass. So, contracts. What are we going to do? Stay at Williams? Or go to Red Bull? Well, I was hoping to have more contract offers, but we're going for Red Bull. Shame you're not going to get to see it, but that's where I went for season 3, replacing Mark Webber, and again I'm number 2 driver. But yeah, congratulations on your championship win, Lovesbud's World Drivers' Championship trophy in the background there, but no constructors title. And basically what follows now is just the credits. So if you want to stick around and watch them, it's up to you, but for now I'm gonna sign off, and as soon as F1 2012 comes out, I'm gonna try and get as many videos out as possible depending on my time arrangements and how my work goes and how my private arrangements go. But I will endeavour to bring you at least 3 seasons. Definitely 3. I want to do a lot more. I want to hopefully go for the whole 5. I'm assuming there's 5 seasons in the new career. And I shall see you at the Young Drivers Test in Abu Dhabi. After the demo, of course. Oh, quickly before I mention it, if you get the demo, you get to try out the first day of the Young Drivers Test, I think. So maybe worth having a look. Plus, you get to, I think you get to do a Champions mode. I'm not sure, but as I say, I'll do a video on that, and it'll probably go up on the Phazer Athletics channel. As I said, the link is in the description, so go check it out. I don't think there's much else for me to say, except it's been great. You've all been brilliant, good support. I've gained so many subscribers over this series, and so yeah, you're all legends. You're amazing. I'm saying you're quite a lot. But anyway, I'll shut up now. I'll leave you to enjoy the rest of this if you are watching by now. You might not be. You might have buggered off. But yeah, I am Loves Buds, Drivers World Champion, F1 2011. See you next time.